Alright, today I'm going to show you the entire setup that you need to have to run as many YouTube channels as you want with zero risk. So this is what you learn today. First of all, I'm going to show you how you can create a YouTube channel that actually gets impressions. After this, we're going to also connect that YouTube channel to a proxy and add the phone number to it for two-step verification. After this, we'll connect everything to an anti-detect browser and I will set up everything live so that you guys can just copy me. And last but not least, I will also talk about the topic that a lot of guys have been asking me for, which is how to create multiple AdSense accounts. But yeah, before we get to all of this, there's actually one more thing I need to mention, which is the good old shadow bans. And this picture should look familiar to a lot of you guys. Having 0 impressions after 2 hours, or it can even be that bad to have 0 impressions after a few days. And I can tell you already that shadow bans do not exist. It's just a big myth and it's just some huge bullshit that somebody has been putting out there to, first of all, farm views, because a lot of people have been looking for fixes to fix their shadow bans, and also to have an excuse for not going viral because their videos are just bad. And also there is no invisible force that people often consider as a shadow ban that just doesn't want you to make money with YouTube. There's nothing like this bullshit. So yeah, but I kind of get it, because then on the other hand, you see channels like this one or this one that just seem to get views and impressions the second they upload the video, even though if they have a fresh channel and have just uploaded 1 or 2 videos at all, they still pop off. So after watching this video, you will actually understand why this is happening, and you will also understand how to fix your shadow ban. So yeah, before we get to that too, let's actually try to understand why we even need to do all of those 6 steps. Because you might think, can't I just start a new channel under the same IP address and still get impressions and views? Yeah, you can, but you don't want to do that because, first of all, there's the circumvention policy, which basically says that if any of your channels get terminated or suspended or demonetized, you are actually in danger of losing all of your other channels that run under the same IP address too. And this is an example that happened to me. I got hit with harmful content involving minors, and 1 week later, I got suspended on my second channel due to related channel. And this is exactly that. So if you are having, let's say, 10 channels under the same IP address, all it takes is just 1 termination or 1 demonetization, and you will lose all of your channels. So you don't want this to happen, obviously. And this is why you actually need to do especially the proxy part, because this will make so that every single channel is not connected to each other. And also the second reason is just because it makes life so much easier managing a lot of channels, especially with the step number 4, which I'm going to get to. You can actually have over 50 channels and do not need a team at all. And then also it has 0 risk involved because, again, every channel is not connected to each other and Google has literally no chance of tracking you down. And then the 4th reason, obviously too, you will just get impressions way easier and way faster and much more consistently. So yeah, let's actually now get to step number 1, which is getting a YouTube channel. And this is the website that we are going to be using for that. And really, there's not that much to explain about this, because all you have to do is literally to just buy the cheapest account you can find on here, for example, this one, and then you're good to go. However, do not buy Gmail accounts, because Gmail accounts tend to have a lot of problems. You will have to sign up through a QR code, which is just bad. You don't want to do that. Just buy a regular YouTube account. There's literally no difference in performance or getting impressions at all. The only, I would say, slight difference I've noticed, because these are actually all some of the channels I have bought already. If you actually buy a channel that has videos uploaded to it, I kind of feel like they perform a little bit better, but it can also be just luck. So yeah, you can basically buy any account from there. It doesn't really matter. I've tested the $14 accounts, I've tested the $6 accounts, there's no difference. So this would already be step 1, right? And also, aged or not aged, it does also make no difference. Then now let's get to step number 2, which is to set up your proxy. And for that, we're going to be using ProxyCheap or Tube proxies. And for now, let's just talk about it. Again, when it's time to get to the live setup, I will show you everything how it's done and how you can actually set everything up. But for now, let's just talk about it. So what does a proxy even do and how does it work? It kind of acts like a middleman between your internet and your browser, so that actually the browser doesn't know who you are, and also the website you are on doesn't know who you are. So you are completely anonymous. And usually people use it to watch just Netflix or something from a country they normally couldn't access that movie from. So this would be the normal reason, but yeah, we are going to be using it for YouTube. And yeah, the website now only sees your IP address from your proxy and not your real one. So this also helps to disconnect all of our accounts to make it hard for Google to track us down. And really, this is all you have to know about proxies. You don't have to be some kind of technical dude to understand what this does. You don't even need to understand what this does. You only have to get one. And yeah, this is also why it's so easy. And yeah, this is very interesting because it has to do with your zero impressions problem. Because actually having zero impressions is not an account problem, but it's actually a proxy problem, or to be more exact, an IP problem. Let's say you have 10 accounts under the same IP address, and suddenly you don't get any impressions anymore. Most likely what happened is that your IP address has been flagged. So YouTube thinks you are a bot. And this can happen by multiple reasons. The, I would say, most common one is to just bulk delete or bulk upload videos, especially on a freshly created account. So if you're just uploading too much or deleting too many old videos, you can actually get flagged as a bot, and you will then end up having zero impressions. Also, obviously, violating YouTube terms and policies too often. This is very kind of self-explanatory, I believe. But yeah, this is also something that can cause this to happen. And then also just having too many accounts under the same IP address, which again will not be a problem anymore since we are now using proxies. So let's actually get to step number 3. And I've actually heard a lot of different opinions on that, and I've even tested it out myself. I did create some accounts and actually added a different phone number to it for two-step verification. And on some accounts, I didn't. And the results were kind of similar. So you can view this as kind of optional. Oh my God, this is very bad. Yeah, but this is optional. You don't have to have it, but I would actually recommend it because it is just a little bit safer. So you basically want to add a phone number after you've logged into your account to have two-step verification enabled. And also, you would want to have this because otherwise you wouldn't be able to upload custom thumbnails and do live streams and all of the stuff like that. So really, if you want to get a number, just access hush.com because they have the cheapest one available on the market. And also, you will get the verification codes directly to your phone to the app. So this is really as easy as it can get. And now let's get to step number 4, which is the anti-detect browser. And like for me, it's a very easy decision because I've been using AdsPower my entire life. Basically, since I've started YouTube and automating stuff, I've only used AdsPower. And why do you even want to have this? So this is what's happening every time you log into your browser. You leave a fingerprint that tracks your browser, tracks your IP address, tracks your cookies, your names, your age, your location, your device type, like if you're using Windows or Apple, and it even knows if you have a PC or a phone. So basically, it knows everything about you. And what that means is that Google also knows everything about you. And this is bad, especially if you want to have multiple channels. You don't want Google to know everything about you. And this is also, by the way, the reason, like if you've ever wondered where you can talk about a product or a game, and then suddenly just a few minutes after you've talked about it, you get an ad for it. And this is exactly because of that fingerprint. Because you leave that fingerprint and big companies use it and sell it, actually, they sell your data for this exact reason, to make money off of your finger and to make money off of your ads and from your data. And now we get to why this is important, because it basically does the same job as your proxy, but for your browser. All of these data are getting altered by the anti-detect. And remember what I've said in the beginning about the circumvention policy. Now what happens is that YouTube, aka Google, cannot trace you anymore because obviously we have altered our IP address. We are not using our real browser, so all our personal information and data are not visible anymore, as well as our phone number, which is now just a random phone number from Canada or something. And yeah, it just makes YouTube or Google think that you running your YouTube account from anywhere in this world. So there is no way for them to trace it back to you. And this is exactly what we want. So now before we get to the last part of this video, which is the AdSense part, let me actually go back a little bit and now let's do everything live so that you guys actually know how to do everything that I've just mentioned. All right, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com. And do not get confused by the website names. SMM Shiba and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select YouTube, and again, do not buy the Gmail accounts, but buy the YouTube accounts. And here you want to select something, basically any option that says YouTube channel from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here. And this should be already fine. 2014, 2017. Yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm. And now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere. For example, like this, I've created a small database. Here I put in the ID. Then I will copy all of this stuff right here, which are the login details. Go back to the table, edit here. And this website we will use in just a second. So also make sure to save this website somewhere because this is going to be important in just a second. And now we have all our information as well as the ID saved. And now it's time to actually get ourselves a proxy. So now we go into Proxy Cheap, which again is the best provider in my opinion. You click on Order Proxy. And once you're here, basically just choose this one. This is already perfect, but make sure to go on premium. So you want to have a static residential ISP, but in the premium mode. Then under proxy location, you select UK or US, and also do not do anything different. So let me actually, United States, perfect. So the reason why you want to do United States or United Kingdom is because after this we're also going to be purchasing a phone number, and the service we're going to be using for that has just UK and US numbers. So choose between these two. There's no difference. You could theoretically also use German or Czech or whatever, but I would actually go with United Kingdom or United States. So I'm actually going to choose United States. ISP. This is not really that important. For me, Lumina broadband works the best, so choose that one. A number of IPs, obviously just one, if you want to buy just one. Then select the time period. I like to do 1 month and then auto extend on. So your IP will auto extend once it has run out. And you can see this will cost us $10. So now I press on next, checkout, and the order is processing. And once it says order successful, you can close out that window and you will see your IP at the top of this dashboard. And what you want to do now is to go in here. And first of all, again, just for the sake of organization, copy your SSM Shiba ID and copy it here for the name so that you actually know which proxy belongs to which account. Now you just copy all of the proxy data and also add it into this window right here. So now we have our proxy login details saved, and it's time for the next step. And the next step is to open your AdsPower. Of course, you would have to install it first. This, by the way, is completely free. So just search up AdsPower in your browser, then create yourself an account. And once you're logged in, I believe you have 2 free profiles, and If you want to have more, you will then have to pay. But for now, let's just click on new profile. And here you want to paste in your SMM Shiba ID. So again, just for the sake of organization. Then for the browser, this actually doesn't really matter. So I like to switch between those. Sometimes I take some browser, sometimes Flower browser, but there are also many different options. So really, this doesn't really matter. Just choose something. Here for the OS, I like to choose Windows, but again, you can also choose Apple or iOS. But if you choose iOS, you will actually have your phone screen when you open the browser. So I would not recommend this. Just go with Windows or Apple. Here, you can leave everything just like it is. But this is the part where it gets interesting, because here we now have to apply our proxy. So you click on proxy type. First of all, choose HTTP. And here you can already see we have to enter our host, port, proxy username, proxy password, and all this stuff. So let's now get these data, copy our proxy, then copy the port, now the username, which is this one, and also the password. And this is already it. So now you can check proxy and it should say connection test passed. This means your proxy is now live and running and it's functioning. So what you want to do now is to select YouTube as your platform. So every time you open this browser, YouTube will automatically open. Here you can also choose a few tabs that you like to automatically open, but I will leave that empty for now. Here you can basically leave that on default. This one as well, location based on IP. This is very important, but this is the default state already. Language based on IP as well. Display language based on IP. Screen resolution predefined. Basically leave everything like it is. And here, this actually depends. So you can turn on the canvas and the WebGL image, but for basically all of my channels, I don't use that at all. Just leave everything just like it is, but your proxy. So the only thing you really have to do here is to just add your proxy and your platform. All the other stuff you can leave on default. Here, also, really just preference. I like to choose Google Intel, which is this one, and this should work. But really, you can choose anything. No difference at all. So after you've set everything up like this, you can then click on OK. So this stuff you don't have to touch. And now you have yourself the new account. You can click here, click proxy, and it says the proxy is ready. So what you want to do now is to open that browser for the first time. This can take some time, by the way. And yeah, we already see it opening. So let me do it on full screen. And here it even says again, this is our new IP address. So now Google doesn't know where we are. It says United States. We are somewhere in New York right now. And now what you have to do is to sign into your YouTube account. So get your information out of the sheet again and copy your email first. Then click on sign in. Paste it in here. Enter your password. This is always the second thing you see in here. So this would be the password. And now you can see we have to get a verification code from the Google Authenticator app. And what you want to do now is to open a new tab and search for 2fa.live, 2fa.live, and paste in this long code right here. Just like this, click on submit. And now you see you get that same exact code again, but this time with a number attached to it. So you want to go ahead and copy that number. And this will be our Google Authenticator code. Paste it in here. And now we are signed in. This, I mean, you can do that. Let's just quickly set something up here. Yep, perfect. And now we should get logged in. Let's change the language to English. Perfect. All right, so now This is apparently an old Minecraft account. Yeah, it is an H channel too. So what you want to do now is basically to add a phone number to it. And you do that by actually, I would recommend you to, first of all, change the language. Sometimes you get Vietnamese languages and then you are not really able to tell what is what. So change the language and then you want to add the phone number. Click on get a new number. Here, obviously, you want to choose the same as your proxy. So if you chose the United States proxy, then you would also need to click on United States for the phone number. Then click on mobile, the only option available. And here, just select anything, right? Let's say Florida. And here also randomly pick any number. And for the plan, this is kind of important. Really, the only plan you need is this one right here, the 30-day plan. So click on that. I have some credits right here. So then buy the number. And once you, yeah, okay, this worked. I've purchased the number. Now you can go back to manage numbers. And this is now the time where you should install the app on your phone. There's actually a hashed app so that you will receive all the codes on your phone. So now you want to copy that number. Let me look for it really quick. This should be this one, 29 days left. And now you want to go back to your proxy browser. Click on YouTube Studio. Vamos. Click on configuration, channel, and then here access to features. And this channel already has intermediate functions enabled, but we also usually, when you buy some of these accounts, they will not have any phone numbers attached to it. So if it says that is enabled here, you can actually go ahead and look for Google account. And okay, it's all in Spanish. Fuck. All right, here. Personal information. And here you can also, I believe somewhere here, you can change your phone number right here, phone, add now. And it even says it here, use your phone number to recover your account. And this is what you want to do, not only because it gives you trust, but also sometimes you will get locked out of these accounts again. So you are actually able to get back in. So this is why you want to add that number. But again, it is optional because you can also get back into the account by just using the email. But from experience, I think this is actually better because it also gives you kind of a better trust factor. So now you want to go following. Oops. What did I do? Wrong code, my bad. I need to go to this website again, submit the code again, get a fresh one, enter the code. And now I can add the phone number. So I have to go back to the hashed website real quick, get the phone number, go back into the browser, paste it here, and now you will get a code. So this is when you have to check your phone. All right, so I've received the code now, and it is 639067. Hey, 67, and click on verify. And now you're ready to go. An error occurred. Okay, I don't know why this happened. Let me reload the page. All right, everything worked. Perfect. Now we have a número de teléfono. And now basically what you want to do, since we have already set up the channel and logged in and also added the proxy, added the phone number, now it gets time to warm up the channel. And I know this is kind of a myth, but warming up the channel is also something that you do really not need to do, because usually I just let the channel sit for now. I just close the browser, and then I just wait, obviously, for quite some time. So I like to wait 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks have passed, this is also why I have this one right here. I will choose the unready status, and once 2 weeks have passed, I will put this to ready, and then you should be able to log into the account and post your first video. And then you should already get your first impressions and everything should work just fine. So now that we have our setup ready, the only thing that is still missing is the AdSense account, right? And first of all, because this is important, you can just create one AdSense account and this is no problem, right? But the problem starts when you actually want to have multiple accounts, because with all of this inauthentic content stuff going on, um, there is a chance that if your channels get demonetized or especially terminated, that Google will take away your earnings and they will just take this money and not pay you. And this is, first of all, the reason why you would even want to have multiple AdSense accounts. So simply so they can't take your money away. However, you are only allowed to have one AdSense account per person. So how to get around this? And there's actually two ways to do this. The first is the businessman version, as I call it, and this is the website for it. I put the link down in the video description. And this is by far the most efficient method, but it is kind of difficult. I'm gonna be honest with you. So what you basically have to do is to take advantage of a business form or a company form that is only available in the US. And this company form is called LLCs. And what basically even Google is saying is that yes, a company can have its own first and only Google AdSense account, separate from any personal accounts owned by its employees or directors. So what this is saying is that you can actually have just one AdSense account per person, but also one AdSense account per company. And you already kind of get why I'm saying this, right? Because what we are going to do now is we create one LLC for one AdSense account. So let's say you want to have 10 AdSense accounts. Therefore, you would need 10 LLCs and open 10 more AdSense accounts. But of course, this sounds easier than it actually is. And there is some downsides to it. Because first of all, you will have, if you are unlucky at least, to wait a pretty long time for your LLC to arrive until you can actually log in and until you actually get it. And also, you have to do the taxes for each LLC separately. And also, it's kind of a big commitment, obviously, because of all this tax stuff and the long waiting times. So realistically, should you buy an LLC? No. For most people, the second method is actually better. I'm not saying this is more efficient, but it is definitely better and easier. And the second version is think smart, not hard. All you have to do is to just connect with people in the YouTube automation space and make deals for revenue splits. So let's say you write Jason, hello Jason, I want to start a YouTube channel. I have good ideation. I will make good videos. What do you think about this? You will create an AdSense account for me and we will split the revenue. So you have to do nothing, but you will get paid for it. And this is something that I've personally used in the past, and I'm actually still using it up to this day. I do not have any LLCs, by the way. I'm still using this method. So once you go out of the country and you are starting to get very, very, very big, then yeah, this is the better option. But if you have reliable and trustworthy sources, meaning people that won't scam you, this is actually way easier and saves you a lot of time and headache. And the best platforms to get such people is really just X, Upwork, Fiverr, and Reddit. And there's like at least no other way that I know of. So yeah, these are basically the only two options that I personally know of. But again, I would recommend you to do this one because it's just way easier and saves you a lot of time. But now let's actually get to the pricing of an LLC if you decide to get one. And therefore, let's visit this website right here. This is the link you will find in the video description. And here, all you have to do is to choose for the jurisdiction, the Wyoming, or however this is called. And now you see the price for an LLC is $140. And this is pretty much as cheap as you can get. And again, the pricing is not really the problem, but the waiting times. So you will actually have to wait a few months if you get unlucky It can happen faster, but I have a friend, he bought one and he had to wait 2 months for it to arrive. So it can take some time. And this would be just the easier method or way to do it. But yeah, I guess this was already everything for today's video. Now, if you found this video valuable, of course, leave a like, subscribe to my Twitter. There I post crazy value every day. And also, if you want to see more of me, make sure to check out my free newsletter down in the video description.